All right, so we are having a kitchen chat today, and I want to talk about one of the simplest, I don't know what the word is I want to use, but nutritious and delicious ways to store vegetables, lacto-fermented vegetables. And today I'm specifically going to be talking about these lacto-fermented carrots that I made that are probably one of the best lacto-fermented items I have ever made. They're so crunchy and delicious. They're just so good, like the perfect snack. The reason why I recommend these lacto-fermented carrots is because they are so affordable and so beneficial for your health. It's also one of the oldest ways that people preserve their food, and all you need is the vegetables, salt, and some water, and it will just enhance taste and flavor of whatever you're fermenting, and it also enhances the nutritional aspects of the food as well. So when you do add salt to vegetables, it creates this delicious brine that allows for good bacteria to thrive and bad bacteria to basically cease to exist, which is the perfect thing that we want when we're preserving food, because this beneficial bacteria also creates a little bit of a tangy flavor and a little bit of and this is also what supports gut health and digestion, which we all need nowadays. Our gut health plays such an important role in our overall health. And I don't know about you, but I feel like almost everyone that I know has had gut issues at one time or another, myself included in that. It affects our digestion, it affects our immune function, it affects fertility, disease over the long term, and even your mood and energy levels throughout the day. So even including just a very small amount of fermented foods can make a huge impact on your overall health, which is incredible to know that we can make a tiny little change in our everyday life or even our weekly life, and the impact can be tenfold of that. Many of our modern diets, especially here in the United States, are really missing out on having fermented foods in it. One thing I also really appreciate about fermented vegetables is that it makes it really gentle and easy for your body to digest vegetable. As someone who has had gut issues in the past, eating vegetables raw in particular was extremely difficult for me to do, and I still have to be careful about how many raw vegetables I'm eating. But when they're fermented, it's a whole different story. They're broken down naturally, my body can process them, and they're just delicious. So I will say carrots have recently become one of my favorite vegetables to ferment for various different reasons. They're naturally sweet, very mild, and they maintain their crunch when you ferment them, which if you've made fermented vegetables before, you know that is very hard to do. We all love a good crunchy, delicious pickle, and I found when fermenting cucumbers, they don't stay super crunchy, but they're still delicious. You can still get them to have a little bit of a crunch to them, but the carrots, the crunch is on another level. So good. Fermenting carrots is probably going to be my top choice for introducing a fermented food to my daughter as she gets bigger. Right now, she actually drinks the juice from the fermented vegetables, but when she's ready to start eating more tough vegetables and things like that, I think I'm gonna introduce the carrot to her because it has a very mild taste. Still tastes like a carrot, has that sweetness to it, but it's so delicious and crunchy. I think she's going to absolutely love it. Now, I will say another great thing about fermentation is that it preserves the vegetables naturally. So once fermented, it will stay in the fridge for so much longer than if you just put the carrots in a bag in your fridge. It extends the life of the carrots and also preserves the nutrients. So these fermented carrots can be added to so many different meals. They can just be served with dinner on the side. They can be tucked into sandwiches to add that little crunchy, tangy flavor, just like you would do with sauerkraut. You can serve them as a snack or make them part of your lunch in the afternoon with some sliced raw cheese and some crackers and nuts. They are the perfect addition to have in your kitchen, and they take 5 minutes to make. They are one of the simplest things to ferment, and you don't need any fancy equipment to do so. All you have to do is chop the carrots, put them in a jar, and then you make your salty brine, add that in there with whatever spices and garlic or onions or whatever you want to do, and that's it. You leave it out on the counter for about a week or however long you want to make it as tangy as you want to, and then you just store it in the fridge and eat as you're ready. Another reason why I love fermentation is it's minimal hands-on time. That's the way I like to run my kitchen. That's the way I like to cook. You do a minimal amount of work, but you get a huge reward at the end of it. These are staples that I come back to often in my kitchen. Nourishing food that takes minimal time to prepare, and it doesn't have to be hours cooking in the kitchen every day, although I love doing that. And I think if you are going to cook from scratch, you are going to be spending more time in the kitchen than someone that doesn't, but you can really simplify it and kind of squeeze out as much as you can of your time in the kitchen, because time is precious and we want to be enjoying our family. We also have other tasks to do in the house, and so these are the type of items I like to spend the time making. If you are new to fermented foods, I have heard from people that sometimes if you're freshly adding them into your diet and you've never had them before, a large amount of them can upset your stomach because of the large amount of probiotics. So I would just recommend starting off slow, and a little amount will allow your body to adjust well and not overwhelm your digestive system. Over time, these small practices really add up. A jar of fermented vegetables in your fridge is going to be such a game changer when you don't know what to have for a snack. You can just pull it out and have a great snack and also benefit your health while you're doing so. For me, lacto-fermented vegetables are a reminder of traditional food, of traditional living, of family, close community, and really focusing on simple foods that don't cost a ton of money, but affect your health in such a positive way. Lacto-fermented vegetables don't have to be complicated. It can fit into your everyday life, into your everyday schedule, and it does not need to cost you any additional money. In fact, it may end up saving you money in the long run, not only with your health, but also with a new way that you might start cooking in your kitchen and shopping in the grocery store. This is what a homemade kitchen looks like for me. It's not perfection. It's not constantly trying to make these really extravagant meals or extravagant items. It's learning how to make these simple, traditional items that fit well into my schedule and nourish my family. I hope that you found a little bit of inspiration, and if anything, just know that you have a friend out there who also loves and is interested in cooking in the same ways that you are. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button. I post new videos every single week about food, budget saving tips, and so many more things. I will see you so soon.